new here, welcome. My name is Erin and this channel is all about how you can create your own path to health, wealth and happiness. Today's video is actually going to be the second part of a video that I did last week. That video was all about how to find your passion when you just have absolutely no idea what you want to do with your life. So in the video, I gave you the tip that you need to explore your options. You need to just start experimenting with all the things that you might be interested in and watch the doors open for you. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it linked on the screen here. However, today's video is going to be the second part to that. And what we're going to talk about is once you do have that passion, how do we turn that into reality? How do we actually make our dreams come true? So I have a really simple formula that is going to help all of you. I did ask you to leave comments in the previous video about what some of your passions were, and I was overwhelmed with the diversity of passions. Oh my god, you guys are so creative and inspiring and ambitious, and I absolutely love it. However, to be a little bit general, I'm going to touch on some of the examples, but the steps are going to be for everyone. Before we go on with today's video, I have a very exciting announcement that I want to make. Some of you may know that in the past few videos I have been mentioning this new business that I've been working on, and I touched as well on my previous video that I'd been starting this new business, and today I'm going to be announcing to you what that is. Now, I am extremely excited about this business. If you didn't already know, the current business that I do have is a digital marketing agency. However, as I explained in the previous video, when I came across this, I just absolutely know that this is what I was supposed to do for the rest of my life. So I got right to work and I have been pouring my absolute heart and soul into this, and now I am almost ready to launch. However, I thought I would just let you know what it is going to be today. So my business is called The Main Collective. There's been a couple of little hints in the previous videos because it has been my screensaver for a couple of weeks now. And in this business, I am going to be doing business coaching for female entrepreneurs. So basically, I will be mentoring ambitious women who want to start their own digital business. I am going to mentor women to break through those limiting beliefs that might be holding them back, so working on the mindset, as well as provide you with a business strategy that I know is successful because I've used it before in my own business, to be able to develop your brand and your business online. As you may know, I have a degree in business, and through this I studied public relations, but I also did extra study whilst I was doing my degree, and that was in marketing. And as I just mentioned, I do have my own business, and that is a social media marketing, digital marketing business, and I have seen success in that, and I would absolutely love to help other women achieve the same success that I have. Additionally to this, if you go far back enough on my channel, you know for the longest time now I've been on a journey of self-discovery, working through some of my own mindset limitations, but I've also been working with a coach to just really understand exactly how I can share all the knowledge that I have with people and coach them into success also. So I can confidently say that if you are an aspiring female entrepreneur and you have a business that you may need some assistance with working through your mindset or this strategy, then I know that I can help you. My business, as I mentioned, is not completely launched yet, but what you can do is I do have a coming soon page on my website where you can put your email address in, so you will become a part of my mailing list, and through this you will be able to get access to the free training that I'm also going to provide once I launch, and also know exactly when I launch. But you guys know me, of course I will make a video about it more closer to the time and give you the exact date of launching my business. So I can already see that this video is going to be an extremely long one because that clip is already 5 minutes. So I'm sure you all are bursting to know exactly what my strategies are for making your dreams into a reality. So now I'm going to share that with you. Okay, so the big question. How do you turn your dreams into reality? Now, as I said, I wanted to be as broad as possible because some of you mentioned you wanted to start your own business, some of you wanted to do further study, and some of you also wanted to work in a particular career. So obviously that is quite broad. So I developed or pulled out basically the 4 steps that I think would apply to absolutely anyone who is trying to chase their dreams. The step number 1 is to work on your mindset. I have done loads of research on what makes people successful, and along with obviously different types of strategies, the one common theme for most of those people is that they do some sort of self-development or mindset work, and they have an unwavering belief in themselves and that they can achieve what they are setting out to do. If you're going to go out and turn your dreams into a reality, then you need to work on removing all of those limiting beliefs, all of those excuses, and just have faith in your own ability to succeed. I also noticed that in the comments, so many of you told me your passion with great enthusiasm, but then tacked onto the end of that was an excuse. Now, I know it's just general human behavior to do this, but this is what you need to remove. So many successful people have succeeded regardless of their circumstances. It didn't mean that they were born into money and had all of the opportunities, yet they've still created empires for themselves and achieved everything they wanted to. So I'm going to use an example. A lot of you did say that you wanted to do writing. An example that I have for you, and I've used this one before, but it is just so perfect to explain this point, is of course J.K. Rowling. She was broke, she was depressed, she was divorced, she was on welfare, she had a daughter to take care of, and then on top of all of that, she was rejected by 12 people. But she had an unwavering faith in herself that she was going to succeed, and look at her now. The best-selling book series of all time. So if writing is your passion and that is what you want to do, you absolutely need to develop a mindset that is not going to allow you to give up when things get tough, because it is tough. I'm not going to tell you that it's not, but the people who succeed are the people that think that they can or know that they can. You need to have a mindset that no matter what happens, you are able to persevere and keep chasing your goals. So how do you do this? I mean, there are absolutely a number of ways, and it definitely will depend on your personality type and what you're attracted to, because there are different types of self-development methods, whether it's just reading or listening to podcasts, but really building up your own faith through listening to examples. But then there also is the more spiritual way to do things, whether it be to practice the law of attraction, do affirmations, visualization, or even meditating. Step 2 on how to turn your passion into a reality is to find a coach or mentor. And now I promise you, this is not a plug at all, but sometimes you really just do need to accept the fact that you may need help. Just like if there is a certain doctorate that you want to do, you're obviously going to learn from a teacher. If you want to be a famous footballer, a netballer, a basketball, a tennis player, you are obviously going to hire a coach. So many of the multi-millionaires that you hear about on the news and on the internet, they all have coaches. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a coach or mentor. You can actually get a one-sided mentor, and I know this sounds really silly, but what it is someone that you're being mentored by and they don't even know it. So for example, choose someone in the industry that you look up to, someone who is doing exactly what you want to do. Find out how they got to where they were and then follow those footsteps. I'm not saying you absolutely need to copy someone, mimic them, and become them, but as Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues, and there's absolutely no point in wasting your time trying to reinvent the wheel when all you need to do is find out what someone else has done and do that. You can do this in a number of ways. You can research them on the internet. If they've written a book, then you can read their book. You can, even if they're someone who's not super duper famous, you could even reach out to them and ask to interview them. There are a number of ways that you are able to get a mentor or an idol or a guru or a coach, but it is definitely something that is going to help you achieve success a lot sooner. So the example of this one is a lot of people actually did say that they were interested in the film industry, so whether it was directing or producing, and your options for mentors and idols are absolutely limitless. I mean, how many people have seen success in the film industry? Yes, again, it is a very hard industry to crack, but if you take the time to study someone and find out exactly what gave them that big break, then you are able to put yourself into situations that are going to open you up to opportunities to potentially see a break like that also. Step 3 is that you need to turn your passion into goals and plans. Now, I made a video on how to set goals and actually achieve them, which I will leave linked here and in the description below. That is one definitely worth watching, even though it wasn't particularly aimed at people who are trying to chase their passion. It was for absolutely anything. It is still definitely relevant to the goals portion of this video. And as for the plans, I am not talking about creating a 150-page business plan where you outline all of the margins that you're going to achieve for the next 10 years in a row. Entrepreneurs and girl bosses are not about that life, but you need to create some sort of a plan with a timeline for all the steps that you are going to take in achieving your passion. Looking at your passion as a bigger picture can be really, really overwhelming, but when you start researching your mentor or your guide, finding out what they did, and breaking down all the things you need to do into little steps, it becomes a lot easier. It's just like that saying, The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a simple step. So all you need to do is find out what is that first step. What is the one thing that you need to be doing first of all to put you in the direction of that dream? I know many of you said that you did want to create some sort of product. I know that we had a few that was in the beauty industry, and then there was someone who wanted to create a stationery product, which I think is absolutely amazing and is so doable. Okay, so let's break down some of the stages together. First, obviously research people who have done that. I know there is Study with Jess. She is an Australian YouTuber and she has started her own stationery line. Have a look at some people who've done exactly what you want to do, and then maybe start developing your brand, and then start building your audience, and then reach out to that audience and find out what they like, what their interests are, and what kind of stationery they are like. Then start researching manufacturers that develop that kind of stationery. That's what I mean, you just got to break it down into those steps, write out a plan, write out a timeline for each of those steps, and just break it down as much as you possibly can. And the final step is that you need to take action. You need to stop waiting for the perfect day or the perfect opportunity, because I can absolutely promise you that there is not going to be the perfect opportunity. There is always going to be something for you to make an excuse about. I started my digital marketing business literally on the day that I decided to start a business. I started taking steps towards building that business. And because of that, I actually got my first client, I think it was only just over a week later. I also started my YouTube channel the day after. I actually went to a seminar and someone said to me, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to have some sort of online empire, then you need to get yourself visible online. And the next day I started my YouTube channel. Now, in both respects, obviously is not what my passion is and what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I started YouTube in fitness and I started a digital marketing business, but I can guarantee you that both of those, taking those steps, taking that action, has led me to where I am today. Now, one of the most popular things was a lot of you actually said that you did want to do photography. So I ask you, do you have a blog? Are you out there taking photos as much as you possibly can and uploading them? Do you have an Instagram account for your photography? Do you have a Facebook page? Have you developed a YouTube channel where you share photography tips? Now, I'm not saying that you need to do all of these things, but absolutely you need to start taking steps towards that. You might start a YouTube channel where you give photography tips, and then all of a sudden realize you don't like doing that. You want to do wedding photography. But as I mentioned in the previous video, you need to start walking down that path and see which doors begin to open for you. I mean, being a content creator, yes, it can be hard and it can be really, really discouraging because sometimes it is extremely slow. My channel took ages to take off. However, if you just keep persevering, if you just keep on with it, it literally takes one impression. It just takes the right person, one person to discover your content, and your life could change forever. I mean, look at Justin Bieber. He was found by a record label on the internet, on YouTube, and he is a global superstar now. You absolutely never know when your big break is going to come, but it is not going to come if you keep your passion in here and don't put it out there. I feel like I've been frowning so much in this video, but I just really want to help you guys. Now, this step of taking action is of course going to be a little bit harder if you haven't done the mindset work, because there will always be something that is holding you back. But I promise if you follow these 4 steps in sequence, then you will absolutely be on your way to turning your dreams into a reality. So just to recap, the first step is to work on your mindset. Build yourself a belief system that is absolutely unshakable. Second, find someone that you are able to be mentored by, even if they don't know it. Third, create goals and create a plan. And 4, take action towards your dream. Whatever you've planned out, start it, and start it as soon as possible. So that is it, guys. I really, really hope that this video helped you and gave you a better understanding of how you can actually go out and start turning your dreams into an actual reality. Also, as I said, if you are interested in hearing more about my business coaching business, then I will leave all the information below. It is just themakecollective.com.au, and on there is a section that you're able to sign up now so that you will get all the information as soon as I do launch. I really, really appreciate all of you, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.